Thank you so much for taking out time and joining me on this panel. I'm very sure that all of you enjoyed the last fireside deeply. I'm still not out of it, so pardon me. But at the same time, I would like to kind of take this opportunity to get you on one of the topics which is very close to my heart because I've been in education for last almost 15 years now. And I feel that it is very, very important for us, like what Sir Dr. Mishra shared about the medical education. Some of it was definitely known, but some of it was very eye opening for me. That 15-16% of students are from India who are doing medical across the globe was very, very eye opening figure for me, at least. And I feel that, as rightly said by Sir, that the next few decades will be of India. So, from an education organization perspective, the topic of discussion is largely how to build a global education organization because I clearly see that more and more educational institutions from India will be global educational institutions, and India will definitely become a hub for educational institutions, and students will start coming from across the globe to India for studies and for all the streams. I'm not particularly talking about medical here. So I'll start with you, sir, first. That what has been your experience with respect to building a global educational organization, especially because anything which you have to build, it starts with a mission and vision. So, what has been your mission and vision of your organization, and what are you doing about it?
So, first of all, thank you very much, and I feel honored to be here. So, thank you for having me over here. So, as here Dr. Ved Prakash Mishra was here, so I would say that I am blessed that I listen to him quite often. So, being part of Mege Group. So, most of the people might be over here know about Mege Group because I think people are here largely from Nagpur, and it's a cycle, and probably I have witnessed Mege Group from last 14 years. That's the time I have been associated with them. But then they have been here for the past 3 decades, plus 3 decades, and it all started from a small institute and the vision of the chairman, and we all know where we are. So right now, just to give you some credentials, that the university, the latest NIRF ranking is, the university is 39th rank across India, and the medical school is 25th rank, and the dental school is 14th rank. So we have come really very far, and we all understand that, and we have already heard Dr. Mishra talking about it, that what NEP unfolded in 2020, and because of these rankings and the NAC accreditation and NIRF top 100, we get a lot of scope to reach out to the foreign countries as well. And right now we have 100 plus foreign students also in the campus. So obviously we understand that there has to be some benchmarking, and that is how we can attract foreign students. So here we were talking about the brain drain, but then here we are talking about the reverse engineering where people from outside come to India. But at the same time, we have to understand which markets. Which markets means, if I talk about the student migration, the figures would be that I just read, I think couple of weeks back, that there was a slot of around 70,000 plus student visas that were open for US, and the slot got filled in just 10 minutes. So that is the level of students, those who are migrating. And then the conventional or traditional markets are US, UK, Australia, and Canada as well. So, and then this number is growing and expected to grow. So right now, there might be around 7 lakh plus students who are migrating every year. And I think by within 2 years time, by 2025 end, that number will reach to 20 lakh. So at the same time, we have to understand what is making these students move to these countries. At the same time, understanding why they are moving, creating that kind of environment over here. So I think that is something that we have tried to do over here in Datta Mege Group. So, and then that it calls for a lot of investment, a bigger vision, and commitment to that vision. And that is what we have seen. For just for example, medical education we have spoken about, means sir was here. But then very few will know that we have invested from 2016 till onwards, 2024, we have invested around 30 crore rupees only on simulation. The simulation state of the art, the lab that we have created. And I am very proud to say that in India, there's 19 only that kind of labs that are available, and one is in Wardha, very few people know. So a lot of people, lot of CMEs that we do, we create that kind of environment, we foster those kind of relation. So there can be collaborations that can happen, and we have done a lot of collaborations from the best known institutes, and that is also one of the pulling factor that comes in. MEA also, Ministry of External Affairs, has helped from the countries, African countries, a lot of students are migrating. Yeah. So that is how it is happening. So I have got around 250 plus learners from African countries right now with me. And as I look after the online segment of the university, that has recently been started 3 years back. So we are looking for big things to happen right now. We have got around 1250 plus learners with us. And that would comprise of around 250 plus odd foreign learners as well with us. So infrastructure, the kind of practices that you do in your institute, lot of collaborations. Why? Because the student, those who are migrating, they are looking for experience. It's not for academics. Lot of flexibility that they are looking for, what foreign education institutes offer to them. And similarly, so it is how, just to give you example, when 2010 I joined, and sir is also here from the same fraternity. So we had a we have got a flagship college in engineering, that is YCC. So when MSCT results used to come in, the first 10,000 slots, the allocation was done for the institute. Slowly, gradually that went to 20,000, then 30,000, and then we studied why it is happening. So there was migration that was happening. So Nagpur to Pune, Gondia to Nagpur, and Pune to abroad. So this is a very natural process, and that will happen. And once we understand why this is happening, I think we'll be able to address that issue.
Sir, what has been your experience?
Thank you so much. And it was a superb learning experience with my mentor, Dr. Ved Prakash Mishra ji. I have a very different, I'll take a different topic on this, what he has already elaborated. I fully endorse what you have talked about. Taking from NEP and some points Mishra sir was talking about, like, एक तो सिंपल एग्जांपल पहले बता देता हूं that what level of migration we have if budget of 21-22 was like NEP I mean NEP was implemented in 2020, and then after 2 years it was found by government of India that what is the progress, like, you know, they asked all governing bodies what is the progress, and they were like there was hardly any progress. And then a rigorous follow-up was going on with UGC, Council of Architecture, Council of Pharmacy, Medical Council, everybody was like on the toes, and it happened. And so the bigger budget should be allotted for that particular coming year, because NEP has lot of agendas which needs money also. So that was on. So globalization was one, interdisciplinary was one, skill development was another. So all these things will need money. So that budget has to be highest till that. तो ये डेट जो कितना बजट आया था 1.25 लाख करोड़. सो एंटायर एजुकेशन, इंडियन एजुकेशन 1 साल का बजट आया 1.25 लाख करोड़. और उसमें फिर जब सबकी रिक्वायरमेंट आई वो तो 10-15 लाख करोड़ की होगी. प्राइमरी एजुकेशन, हायर एजुकेशन, मेडिकल, इंजीनियरिंग, तो उसको स्क्वीज करके ला लिया 1.25 लाख करोड़ पे, जो आज तक की हाईएस्ट फिगर है. और ये फिगर में ये एक फिगर हो गई. इसमें फिर समझा कि प्राइमरी एजुकेशन तो ऐसे ऐसे गांव है इंडिया में जहां तो पढ़ाई लिखाई हो ही नहीं, अभी शुरू ही नहीं हुई है. ऐसे गांव नागपुर से 50 किलोमीटर पे भी है. सो 60% उसका उधर चले गया. मात्र 40% जो बचा, दैट वॉज फॉर हायर एजुकेशन. एंड यू विल नॉट बिलीव 40% of that thing, and then people who will decide this difficult task, IITians and IIM people were given this task, and they thought that yes, it is only IIT and IIM who can make justice to this such a small amount to create and take a higher education to a different level. So that was again a major share gone to IIT. हमको क्या मिला? तो we are non-grant, so we don't know what we have received. इसके vis-a-vis a figure which was a shocking figure to me, in the same year 1.6 lakh crore fees was paid by Indian parents only for their MS degrees, their wards. उनके बच्चों को एमएस पढ़ाना है, सिर्फ 2 लाख बच्चों की फीस, सिर्फ अमेरिका की कितनी थी, 1.6 लाख करोड़, और पूरे इंडिया का बजट, मतलब वी लिव इन अ वेरी पुअर कंट्री विथ वेरी रिच पीपल इन. Coming to internationalization, it's my hobby, to learn, to travel, to reach out to most of the universities, good universities. I could never do MBA, but management is a favorite subject. So I started traveling to various world-class universities since 2016, and started traveling, started getting funds, and I then found that currently, like my institution, my group of institution has got 23 European universities tied up, working together. I don't carry any MOU photo in my cabin, sorry. All those 23 renowned professors of those universities come and meet and do work with us in my university, my college, and many of my faculties, most of like 30, 35, 40 faculty members have traveled rigorously to all these countries, universities, to understand, to learn. And let me ensure, like Israel, I have been like into 5 universities we are working continuously with Kyrgyzstan. अभी जो बिश्केक में बोला था, मैंने बोला यहाँ इंडिया के कितने बच्चे हैं, and they said we have 12,000 students from only India doing medical education. 12,000, तो आपको 1 लाख 2 लाख तो हमारे लिए कोई भी बड़ी फिगर नहीं है, जो इंडिया की फिगर है. 12,000 तो सिर्फ बिश्केक जैसी एक छोटी सी कंट्री किर्गिस्तान वहां पे पढ़ रहे हैं. So my concern about NEP is, and about the globalization is, we need to shake hand in hands. First thing, we need to create that confidence among the students कि यार वहां कुछ इतना बड़ा नहीं है, यहाँ भी हो सकता है. And that those changes NEP has already proposed very rigorously. It's all about implementation. And I tell my teachers, please don't wait for government to give you instructions. Please don't wait for your UGC and your Nagpur University. If something is so good, let us start implementing. May it be globalization, may it be. I have designed more than 18 subjects till now, which I have introduced, designed with some 7-8 European universities together, implemented in their university, exactly same syllabi included in my college also. So it's not a big deal. You can always share the same practices which you can offer. Let us not wait for somebody to guard you, or that is an excuse of most of the institution. हमारे गवर्नमेंट ने तो किया नहीं. केरला में पीपल आर हैप्पी, कर्नाटक में पीपल आर हैप्पी, हमारे गवर्नमेंट को तो एनईपी जमा नहीं है. Please come out of this. NEP is a wonderful document. Globalization, it has to be a biggest agenda for any institution to take it to a global standards. That is very important.
First of all, good evening. Dignitaries on the dais, off the dais. I'm very glad that Merito has given me the chance to, collaborate with such eminent personalities. I myself am a student of Meghe Group. And these two are the pioneers. And अगर pioneer भी बोलते हैं तो कम ही है. 3 ही कॉलेज हुआ करते थे नागपुर रीजन में, उनमें से 2 तो यही हैं ग्रुप्स. If we talk about the NEP, I would like to please forgive me for my language or my this views. I would consider NEP as an equivalent thing to consider. Everybody has gone through the COVID. During the first wave of COVID, nobody was aware about the line of treatment that has to be carried out for the patients. Even we were running a hospital at that period of time. We faced the second line very promptly and more efficiently. So I would see NEP like that only. The better implementation and better know-how was to be done for the NEP, but that was missing. When NEP came out, there was a very large buzz about NEP will do this, NEP will do that. But on the ground reality, NEP wasn't implemented at that scale. Nobody understood how we have to implement it. The document was given. Everybody was bringing their own versions of the NEP. Everywhere, being it software industry, being the ERP implementation, we are ready, NEP ready, NEP ready. Version 1, version 2, the new document versions. Even there were different regulations coming out of the government. So what I feel is there's a very big gap between the NEP implementation and the guidelines those are coming in. And people are satisfied. I don't know how, but people are satisfied with what they're doing with the NEPs. Different colleges. These 2 colleges are beyond level. But whatever is coming below that, what about them? Are they taking a roadmap for implementing an NEP? How do we decide that somebody or everybody is on the same page? Are the courses, curriculums are on the same page? Students, the student taking admission in Mega Group, the student taking admission in Priyadarshini Group, the student taking admission in now Ramdev Baba University, will those be the same with the Tier 2 and Tier 3 colleges? The employability index, I would like to say this is the pain point of everybody. The employability index of the students have gone down. Would anybody like to answer this? So this is the main question. I come from an IT background. I come in from an IT industry. I belong to an educational institution. I do my own private consultancy for hospitals, industries. I have my 2 companies also. But I feel the disconnect between the industry and the education system. People are striving hard. Whatever is possible, they are doing. People are making MOUs with the companies. They are trying to inculcate their own working style onto the curriculum. Students are going on OJTs. 1 semester credit is entirely given to that. But are we evaluating the point when the students are going out on the industries, getting out and doing their job after 6 months, after the campuses? I was very fortunate. I was in Mega Group. I went to Capgemini. I was assimilated in the campus only. I went to Capgemini. That was a very great learning experience. Even at the point of 2010, that was the point when the recession hit. I was in Capgemini. Wonderful learning experience. But I would like to say that 12 batches were selected at my point and only 4 survived. What about the rest of the 8? We consider that the students who are placed in the campus with the good packages are good enough. यानी उनको launching pad तो मिल गया है career का. उसके बाद employability index is one thing that needs to be done. Taking into consideration the medical field की हम लोग बात करते हैं, globalization हमको करना है, brain drain हो रहा है, but we need to consider, sir has rightly stated that वहाँ क्या है जो यहाँ नहीं है. We are not working on that. Currently, I myself am responsible for opening the new institutes, getting up the new colleges for the group that I work. New colleges, onboarding new processes, onboarding everything. Faculties, unless and until the principal is appointed, I am responsible for procuring everything and setting up the entire new college. But there's issue. The governments are not working on that. They are trying to make it as hard as possible for new people to come in. Quality education to be delivered. Maybe there are issues, there are regulations, there are rules, there are SOPs, but it is quite difficult for us to migrate. Like the sir is belonging to the Mega Group. They are into medical fraternity for, I guess, so long. The largest stake is with them. So they have to invest so much amount of money because I closely work with Mega Group for the installations and everything, from the IT perspective, for the AV perspective. So I know there's a continuous हम बोलेंगे तो they are striving so hard for excellence. I can vouch for it. So if everybody is not able to do that, so I would across this panel I would like to say that there's something that is to be needed for this. And another thing is, after doing some sort of education abroad, our students are going out, they are studying, and they are retaining there. They're not coming back. Why are there some examinations that are needed to be done to practice over here? Students are going out, Russia, other countries, studying medical education. They come back. For example, even after medical, I can give you another example for flying. They go out, they fly the same planes, they take trainings and everything, but they come back and they have to give another examination. So things are to be changed. If it becomes easier for us to absorb them again, they will come back to us.
Economic actually opportunities drive people to go out largely. So again, too much we can't do about the brain drain for sure, because it is individuals' prerogative in terms of where they want to go. But some of these challenges are real. It is very difficult to solve them. It can only happen systematically. Now, if you look at a educational institution, largely, if I have to put 2 big pillars of education institution, one is student and parents on one side, and one other is faculty. If you have to concentrate on the students piece, that the outcome drives students largely to come back to the institution. That's how the institution's brand is created in the country. What do you think from a student's point of view, what your institutions are doing, which other institutions can learn and see that some of those practices can be adopted in their institutions so that more and more students they can attract in their institutions? If you can throw some light on that.
So what I have seen, experienced, and observed is that that we learn to earn, right? That is the motive, and because there are three stakeholders in the discussion right now. What you opened is one is student, parent, and the academician. So from the economy perspective, what we have discussed already. Funding higher education is one big challenge for everybody. That's a big challenge. And from my practical experience, I have seen parents have mortgaged their land, given up their entire lives, saving to fund their children's education. And ultimately, the result is that probably we have seen the land that they have mortgaged, that the father is already plowing that land, and then the son is also joining. That is the sad part of the story. So what can be done? What can be done is ultimately the student enrollment happens, the life cycle. The life cycle is the time where the value addition can be done. So then the outcome is what is desired at the beginning. So in that process, whether it is a 3-year or 4-year process where the student churning happens, so there is a very big role of faculty, infrastructure, tech, and the overall experience of the student. Why? Because few years back, or probably sir can throw more light, that maybe couple of or 3 decades back, probably the yardstick was academics. But now it's not the case. Because as Ved sir was telling, that this is the time of irrelevancy. Something that is relevant in the morning becomes irrelevant. So we are living in a very different age. Probably in 1920s, a farmer who was working in a farmland loses his job because of the automation. Probably he'll get a job in the tractor manufacturing company, right? In the 1980s, it was like a person in a factory will lose job because of the automation, get a cashier job in a supermarket. But this is not the age. So here time has changed, and then it is changing very fast. What is happening that all the academicians will agree that we are still working on the age-old kind of curriculums. We speak a lot about that we need to have industry-relevant curriculums and everything. But then still, I know so many companies, and maybe people over here will also agree to my point. There's so many companies who are making, or they have made a business model out of it. The way the coaching centers have done, because it is the basic failure of the school education system that likes of Alan, Akash and everybody is there. Right? Otherwise, the syllabus is NCERT. Same way, there are so many companies who charge around 1 lakh to 2 lakh rupees fees, and they prepare their students for industry ready programs, and they place them on a package of 5 to 6 to 8 lakh rupees. You might be also receiving a lot of proposals, and it is a fact. They are not fluking. They are not con companies.
Big brands.
They are big brands. So they know the industry requirement and they are preparing. We are not doing that thing. So this is something that institute, from the institute perspective, they have to think about it. They have to go to the industry, and jobs are there. The question that we are addressing here is about employability. I was just somewhere reading that 1 out of 2 engineering graduate is unemployed right now. And this is about the white collar jobs I am talking about. I'm also dealing with some blue collar job providing companies. There's no dearth of jobs. There's no dearth of jobs. You go to a supermarket or a mall in Nagpur also, a person will start on a 15,000 salary, 12th pass person. In a store like Croma or Reliance Retail, they'll work there for 1 year and they'll move on to Tommy Hilfiger. They will give them 24,000 rupees. 1 more year, they'll go to Gucci. They'll give them 30,000. We cannot offer our engineering graduates 30,000 starting package right now. That's there. Why? Because they have, got the nerves that where it is required and they are doing that thing. But then here in the higher education segment, we are not doing that. So if that gap is filled, and it's I will not say that it's difficult, it's easy. The only way is that, again, academician needs to be the brand ambassadors. They should be also working as managers. The faculty, most of the time, the challenge with the faculty is that they know that they have to teach their students the way they were taught, and that is how the things are. But the things have changed. In fact, what Ved sir said, that we have come to a reconciliation that 30-70, right? So it was 60-40, but then 30-70, everybody has come on to that thing. So that 30% can be industry exposure. That 30% can be taught by the industrialist. People are ready to do that if there's a business model attached to it. And that is where we need to figure it out. We are working really hard to figure it out in our group, and somewhere we have got some basic success in that also.
Sir, what has been your experience?
Yes, all what he has said, I agree. Industry readiness, syllabus are not, but the another aspect, a completely different perspective and point of view is, like I am coming across, like I completed 33 years in teaching. So like first decade, I remember 91, 94, students were like, पापा ने केमिकल इंजीनियरिंग में एडमिशन करा दिया, एंड देन दे वर लाइक आई वांट टू बी केमिकल इंजीनियर, एंड दे दे विल वर्क हार्ड, स्टडी हार्ड, एंड दे विल बिकम अ सक्सेसफुल केमिकल इंजीनियर. 10 साल बाद एक अलग जनरेशन आई थी, मेरे को कंप्यूटर साइंस ही होना, पर नंबर नहीं आए. इंडिया इज लाइक ऑल इंडियंस हैव टू बी डिप्राइव्ड ऑफ व्हाट एवर दे वांट, दे डोंट गेट. मेरे को जो भी लगेगा वो मेरे को नहीं मिलता. मैं तो आई हैव आस्क्ड, सर्वेड माय स्टूडेंट्स. The person who was like you are into mechanical, you like mechanical, right? No sir, computer science ऊपर close हो गया था. So adjustment. Then computer science वाले को पूछा, नहीं वो वाला college adjustment हुआ. फिर IIT, NIT, दुनिया. I mean 90% students are not getting what they are, is aspiring for, dreaming for. That is one thing. So this has like created a circle in them that I have received something which I never wanted to do. एंड देन इन अ कोर्स ऑफ टाइम, ऑफकोर्स 4 साल में पास हो जाता है बेचारा, 30 साल में नौकरी कर लेता है, 30 साल बाद भी बोल सकता है कि जिंदगी खराब हो गई यार, ये बेकार आईटी का जॉब किया या बैंक मैनेजर का जॉब किया. ये तो पछतावा इंडिया में बहुत देखा जाता है. बट नाउ पोस्ट पैंडेमिक स्टूडेंट्स आर स्मार्टर. लाइक आई एम वेरी हैप्पी टू सी the kind of exposure they have, the kind of careers they know, the kind of opportunities of earning money they know is totally different. It's a complete revamp. And this is the right time to hit the true choice-based system. I have started this in last 3-4 years. Even before NEP, I started this. That fine. उसको मैकेनिकल नहीं होना था, उसने मैकेनिकल लिया है. उसको मेडिकल नहीं मिला, इसलिए उसने बायोटेक्नोलॉजी मेरे यहाँ ले लिया है. बिकॉज द सिमिलर ब्रांच, ही लव्स बायोलॉजी. फाइन. But he wanted to become an Instagram influencer. Even that is a priority for me. And that at the same time, who is a computer science engineer, wanted to be an aeronautics was his favorite thing, but he couldn't get again an admission in aeronautical, so pursuing IT. Fine. What I do is, the very first day my students get admission to my college, I do NEP says recognizing, identifying, fostering and nurturing the unique capability of each student. They don't talk about all this section. They don't talk about first benchers, last benchers. No. Every single student is different. He has his own choice. Teachers, management and administration to understand, to respect at least. He wants to be a singer after becoming computer science engineer. Perfectly fine. Singer is also a wonderful profession. Perfectly fine. But curbing him, stopping him to do, come on, singing is not a profession, it's a hobby. ये ज्ञान हम उनको देके, उसको रोक के, माँ बाप उसका तबला पेटी ऊपर डाल के पहले तेरा टफ इंजीनियरिंग है, ये तो बंद करो. This is to be stopped. I am taking this torch to the colleges after colleges that please see to it that. And it's a simple. It is not the entire class. It is not the entire bench. Bench पे भी 3 लोग हैं. So I have to ask, every single individual is a different entity. Please respect those students. They have their choices. They have their hobbies. They have their inclinations. They have their expertise. Please respect that, irrespective of what course they have opted for. वो तो मजबूरी है ना. इंडिया में तो 10 लाख बच्चा बैठता है तो 10,000 भी IIT में नहीं जाती. ये तो हमेशा से हो रहा है और होते रहेगा. बट एटलीस्ट यू शुड गिव हिम द अपॉर्चुनिटी. व्हाट आई डू, सिंपल थिंग टू डू इज, द डे वन आई गिव अ गूगल फॉर्म टू देम एंड आस्क देम, राइट डाउन योर फेवरेट करियर, ड्रीम करियर, राइट डाउन योर पैशन. ड्रीम करियर उसका कुछ भी हो सकता है. ही वांटेड टू बी अ नॉवेलिस्ट एंड रोमांटिक ऑथर. ये किसका है? एरोनॉटिकल इंजीनियर का. और इंस्टाग्राम इन्फ्लुएंसर किसका है? तो IT का. कुछ भी किसी का भी हो सकता है. उसको बोलने तो दो एक बार. एंड आई ट्राइड दिस. आई टेल यू अ सिंपल मॉडल ऑन दिस. This I have tried and this I have made implemented in many other institutions also. It takes nothing for a teacher पे कोई burden नहीं है. Just send this Google form on their WhatsApp. They will feel dream career, dream passion, and plan B. If you are not succeeded in this, successful in this, passing out this degree, और पास होने के बाद नौकरी नहीं मिली और नौकरी लिखने के बाद भी मजा नहीं आ रहा. ये 3 स्टेप में हो सकता है ना. पहले तो पास ही ना हो गया तो नौकरी ना मिले, नौकरी भी मिल गई तो मजा नहीं आया, तो नौकरी में फेल हो गया. ये तीनों को रोक के तेरे को क्या मजा आ रहा था ये पूछना तो चाहिए ना. और ये पूछ लेता हूं मैं एक बार, इमीडिएटली एक्सेल में सेग्रीगेट कर देता हूं. एक्सेल में सेग्रीगेट करने के बाद उनके 50 लोगों को तो आर्म फोर्सेस में ही जाना था. इसलिए ब्रांच कौन सी कोई भी चलती बोले, बीटेक कुछ भी बीटेक करना है, आर्म फोर्स जाना है, नेवी जाना है, एयरफोर्स जाना है. 150 बच्चों को IAS ऑफिसर बनना था, 300 बच्चों को इंस्टाग्राम इन्फ्लुएंसर बनना था. तो मैंने क्या कर दिया, उनके उत्ते व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप बना डाले. एंड दिस इज जनरेशन ऑफ पीयर लर्निंग. आई टेल यू, दे डू अमेजिंग. If 50 singers are in one WhatsApp group, there has to be one teacher who can be just be there. That's it. He need not be a singer. He need not be an IAS officer coach. Nothing like that. But just segregating, first respecting their choices, respecting their passion, hobbies. Second, allowing them to in a peer group where all are like-minded, and allowing them to be into those groups. That's it. Balls start rolling on so fast, I tell you, you will not believe. People in my second year and third sem are earning 2 lakhs rupees per month just because given a chance. And then for that matter, I have allowed my students, यूनिवर्सिटी एग्जाम के दिन भी उसको कोई पिच करना है ना कि बैंकॉक में सर मेरा कॉन्सर्ट हो रहा है, तो ऐसे तेरी एग्जाम 6 महीने बाद देना. ये बैंकॉक, ये थाईलैंड का कॉन्सर्ट तेरा, ये दिल्ली का कॉन्सर्ट, ये बैंगलोर का कॉन्सर्ट फॉर दैट मैटर विल गिव अ बिगर लीप इन योर करियर. इंजीनियरिंग हो जाएगा. ये सेटिस्फेक्शन जब तक हम नहीं दे सकते ना बच्चों को, तब तक बच्चा मरते रहेगा. मतलब कितना उसको मन मारने का. एंड आई हैव सीन 3 बार मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग में फेल होने वाला बच्चा, जब उसको बोला तेरे को करना क्या है, HOD ने उसको रिकमेंड कर दिया DC करो सर, इसको टर्मिनेट करो. आई सेड क्या करना है, बोले मैं तबला में विशारद हूं. बोले तबले की क्लास चालू कर. शाम को 30 बच्चे मिल गए, 6 तबला घर में थे, 35,000 रुपए महीना चालू हो गया. शाम को 6 से 7. फाइनली यू नीड टू अर्न, अंडरस्टैंड स्किल. और उसके बाद मैकेनिकल इतना अच्छे से पास हो गया, दैट इज डूइंग अ गुड जॉब इन मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग ओनली. बट जस्ट कर्बिंग देयर चॉइसेस, नॉट respecting their willness, not understanding their perspective about life, not understanding their dreams, goals and passion is a crime, I tell you. Parents कर रहे तो कर रहे, teacher भी कर रहे. So this perspective gets changed. I am sure बच्चे को जो मजा आने वाला है ना वो आते रहेगा. Thank you.
Sir, you reminded me of Farhan of Three Idiots. And that's actually true. Now, sir, बहुत important है. I'll come to you because he touched on couple of points and he also touched on couple of points which are very close to us as a company, sir. One is clearly that, and most of you know that we are largely into enrollment software. So, whatever from inquiry up till the candidate is getting enrolled into education institution, everything is managed on our software end to end. So, for us, if you look at more from a point of view, if I divide education institution in 3 buckets, there is an input layer, there is a middle layer, and there is an output layer. Input is where you have your brand, your spend, your admission, your enrollment, and all that. Middle is where you have your ERP, LMS, where you teach students, polish them. And output layer is where they become your LM, then you have placements and all that. We work on input layer. And largely we go to institutions and we show them. Majority, you will be surprised that majority of the institutions in India, they cannot say with certainty that what is their brand pull. बता ही नहीं पाते सर. उनको पता ही नहीं है कि भाई मेरी ब्रांड के लिए मेरे पास कितने बच्चे आते हैं, मेरे स्पेंड से मेरे पास कितने बच्चे आते हैं. तो हमारे लिए ये एक्सप्लेन करना और बताना कि हाउ द सॉफ्टवेयर विल हेल्प यू इन एंश्योरिंग एंड इन गेटिंग यू end-to-end picture of what you are attracting and how you are attracting. जब हम बताते हैं, जब हम बातों को आगे बढ़ाते हैं, implementation of technology, especially in the input layer, is something which we see there is a huge resistance from the educational institution. In the middle layer कोई challenge नहीं है, LMS, ERP ये सब चलता है सर. कोविड से मिडल और आउटपुट लेयर में भी बहुत कुछ इम्पैक्ट है, हमारे में भी आया सर. मतलब we work with 1200 odd educational institutions now. 80% of private universities are on our platform. But sir, ये implementation का जो challenge है at education organizations level, how do you overcome that, sir? In your institutions, have you seen that? What kind of mechanisms you follow to ensure that whatever you implement or whatever you adopt gets implemented fully? Your staff is well trained, your staff is ready to adopt new technology and all that. Is pe, sir, if you can throw some light for all other educational institutions, that would be valuable. I'm sorry, my question was very at the fag end, but my explanation was very long so that I could put the right question in perspective.
Right. So if what I have witnessed is that probably this integration of tech in that first layer, what you are talking about, it started somewhere in 2015-16 in our group. And in 2017, first time we tried our hands on digital marketing. So that was something very new. And we tried out some companies or professionals from Nagpur. And that time, Nagpur did not had that appetite also, and then the kind of expertise that we need. So then I went for this journey of exploration, and I landed in Bangalore. So I myself first got myself trained in this digital marketing, and my chairman asked me that when you do not have to do it, why you are doing it? So I said, because I'll be dealing with people and I don't want them to fool me the way we have been fooled 1 year back. So that is how it happened. And then that is how, because again, the way we were talking about students, it happens everywhere. You need exposure, you need experience. And that is where we came to know about a lot of softwares that were, these institutes and industries were using in these larger known cities like Bangalore, Delhi, Mumbai. And we saw a lot of scope. And at the same time, there were some companies from Nagpur also, those who were trying to make their, footprints in this kind of thing. So we tried both the combinations, and that is all it started. And it all started when you were handling a large number of students. Because when the intake was limited and we were having some, when we were into, less than 10,000 students, it was easy for us. But when it went on to like touching 30,000-40,000 students, that time there was a obvious need of automation and tech integration. Otherwise, it was all going beyond, and there were so many pilferages and all those kind of things were there. So that was our experience. And obviously what happens that because the people, those who have to embrace that kind of technology. So again, between the lines, those all were like in the system from last so many years, and they were apprehensive about all these things because everybody was thinking if I'll say yes, so it will come on my head. So they were all, and that is general human tendency. It happens. But then the person who's driving it has to be very clear and very strong. And that is what I felt that it happened. And then the people down the line, 5-6 top people, those who understand the vision and those who go after the team. And there will always be a certain kind of resistance at the team level, but then once they also become the part of the vision and they understand the value of this thing and they know that there's no insecurity for their job and everything, then the thing streamlines and it comes into play. So that is what, so now we are using from we have third party people, those who are working branding and marketing for us. We have tried out softwares like Lead Squared, Knowlarity. We started a call center in-house for student acquisition. Why? Because there are few courses where we don't need to go out and reach out to students. You would understand because of the ranking and everything. We don't, means against one admission, we have got 10 applications. But then there are so many other programs where we really need to go outside and get the students in. So that is where the tech plays, that comes handy. That comes handy. And again, if I talk about my university, you will understand that there are medical school, dental school, Ayurvedic school, physiotherapy. Beside this, there would be around 8 to 9 constituent institutes also where we really run after the admissions. And that is where these all tech integrations are really helping us out. And we are doing that thing. And then also what we did, we also infused some young blood into it. So around 3 years back, I started a Team Alpha program in my group where we were in the think tank was discussing about the future leadership of the group, because again, the way the world is experiencing, we were also experiencing aging population, and we did not knew that how the knowledge transfer will happen. So we reached out to a lot of Ivy League colleges like I am Indore, Nagpur. With Nagpur, we are a regular recruiter over there. We went to SP Jain, Jamnalal Bajaj, Narsi Munji. We went to IIT Powai, we went to IIT Roorkee, and we hired people from there, and we convinced them to come to place like Wardha, because Nagpur is, it's kind of okay, but Wardha is a big challenge. But then because of the coming, again there was a resistance, the way the kidney any organ transplant happens, so your immune, starts attacking that thing, that foreign body. So that we also witnessed. But again, the people, those who were driving, had a very close hand holding with those people. And the new lot is really working fantastic. And they have got the approach about the tech. And that is why the oldies, those who are there to monitor, they give them the work because they understand and they know they'll get the work done and they can monitor. So that is how the combination was made. And so far, so good. It's working out for us.
सर आपका क्या एक्सपीरियंस है? इनफैक्ट जो आपने बताया एप्पल गूगल फॉर्म के बारे में सर, एंड फैज एंड कुणाल एंड रजत, वी शुड कन्वर्ट देम इनटू एन एप्लीकेशन यार. एप्लीकेशन फील्ड हम दे सकते हैं सर को.
ये लाने के लिए लोगों को लग रहा था कि टीचर को क्या काम तो नहीं आएगा.
हाँ,
सबसे बड़ा हर्डल जो बताया ना, इससे मेरे पे तो कोई काम नहीं आना चाहिए. मैं EDC का प्रोफेसर, मैं फिजिक्स का प्रोफेसर, वो सो दैट वाज एन हर्डल. सो दिस वाज इवन इम्प्लीमेंटेड आफ्टर लॉट ऑफ convincing. But fine. The question which you were into, like वो तो गूगल फॉर्म का कैसा एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन है, अभी करो देखो, फिर देन अभी भी वो व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप्स है. एंड आई हैव मैं तो प्रिंसिपल भी नहीं हूँ, आई एम डायरेक्टर टू ऑल दोज इंस्टीट्यूशन, बट स्टिल आई इंसिस्ट कि कोई इंटरेस्टिंग ग्रुप है तो मेरे को भी रखना है, सो दैट आई वांट टू सी द एक्सपेरिमेंट विच वी हैव इम्प्लीमेंटेड इन दैट. So I see that they are growing very well. Peer learning is happening, and that is what we were expecting. वो कर रहे हैं अपना काम. About this technology integration, yes, you said like ERP we have, Mastersoft we have, and we are all that autonomy.
मिडिल लेयर में तो सर, मिडिल लेयर में तो बहुत सारे,
हाँ वो सब है. और then कैसा, that is the thing. One important thing, unlike this, what he has talked is we have not integrated, because we have 16 colleges and around maybe 14 schools. So ये सब 29 institutions को भी तक integrate नहीं किया, because they come under same umbrella called Lokmanya Tilak Jan Kalyan Shikshan Sanstha, but then they are standalone, because the vendors are also different. Somewhere it's somebody else. But digital marketing, what like you said, is a common thing to all. Even in Mumbai colleges, schools, we have a same agency who is working upon, but we are still not seriously working on the analysis part of it, which you are insisting upon, that getting what kind of students and what responses and what has more worked,
and brand pulls,
and brand positioning. Yes, brand positioning. So we have not analyzed it. We have been doing branding, like sufficient budget for these are 10 items to be ticked, itane hoarding, itane Google ads, itna. So that is the routine thing happens. But then back analyzing it, understanding it, impacting, what's its impact on our website, and then website
Traffic.
in turn, वो सब अभी we are not doing it, because somehow ऐसा लग नहीं रहा है. I mean, that is what he says, that the large number of students are अभी engineering scene एकदम change हो गया है. So lot of good students are coming up. 80% seats are filled by MHCT. So वो वाला जो ये नहीं है कि मैंने मार्केट किया है तो मेरे को उसका रिस्पॉन्स क्या आता, ये वाला जो एस्पेक्ट है, इस पे भी हमने काम नहीं किया, बट आई थिंक वी शुड डू दैट.
हाँ सर, I feel that every organization should look at this more from the lens that if you are spending some money, what is the ROI sir? क्योंकि सर अगर यही नहीं पता मुझे कि मेरी ब्रांड पुल क्या, अगर मुझे कोई नया प्रोग्राम भी लॉन्च करना है तो हाउ डू आई एंटिसिपेट, मुझे कोई नया कैंपस खोलना है तो मैं एंटिसिपेट कैसे करूंगा कि कितने आ जाएंगे, कितनों पे मुझे खर्चना है. तो वी गो एंड एक्चुअली हेल्प एजुकेशन ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस learn about this. सर आपका क्या एक्सपीरियंस यहाँ पे रहा है, बिकॉज आई फील दैट आप यही सारा काम कर रहे हो इन टर्म्स ऑफ इम्प्लीमेंटिंग एंड ऑल दैट, बट आई डोंट नो वेदर यू आर डूइंग द टेक्नोलॉजी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन और नॉट.
Exactly, as both of them said, I would like to bring it to notice that Faiz and Rajat, Rajat is already facing this issue on onboarding the new colleges. I mean, these colleges have a lot of budget for marketing and everything else, but Meghe Group is like doing in different varying directions. Priyadarshini Group and everybody else is following. But the higher leadership, when we're talking about the digital marketing, see, the issue is when the new people, try to convince the leadership that this is to be done, this is to be done, this is to be done. But there are conventional procedures wherein students are coming in for admissions and nobody wants to touch that. Nobody even wants to disturb the conventional flow of student coming into it, because 1,000, 1,200 students, those are coming in from this channel. If they get diverted, I won't be able to even calculate that why those they went rogue, what pulled them out. So
but see, in this case, and I'll just would like to add here that what
just
I'm talking about is more
I
from a
bought
point
it
of view
today
of
only.
just.
I just signed an MOU today with Rajat. So I have already done the first step, and I agree to what all of you
No,
are
I
saying.
completely agree. मेरे को कोई disconnect नहीं है. But I'm coming more from a point of view, and I don't want to harp too much. But at the same time, I feel that जो चल रहा है वो तो चल ही रहा है, उससे तो आ ही रहे हैं बच्चे और वो आते ही रहेंगे क्योंकि ब्रांड का पुल तो है ही. इतने बड़े ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस इतने सालों में, एंड यू आर सेइंग सर दैट 30-30 करोड़ रुपए अपने लैब्स में लगा रखे हैं सर, तो बच्चा तो आना ही आना है सर, इसमें कोई डाउट ही नहीं है.
बट सर विजिबिलिटी की जो बात है, आपने जो बोला, द फर्स्ट लेयर व्हिच इज ब्रिंगिंग इन द स्टूडेंट, वही नहीं है हमारे पास. स्टूडेंट्स जो आ रहे हैं हमारे पास, अच्छे स्टूडेंट्स तो IIT NIT जा रहे हैं, बचे हुए स्टूडेंट्स कितने लोग वेबसाइट विजिट कर रहे हैं. द कन्वेंशनल फ्लो, हमको CET लेना है, ये 4 कॉलेज को एनरोल करना है, उसके बाद हमारा जहां नंबर जाना है हमको वहां जाना है, बस. दिस इज द सिस्टम दैट इज बीइंग फॉलोड. मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटेजी इज 80%, and 80% is a big market.
हाँ, वो तो सर परेटो है, तो 80 हो जाता है तो ठीक है, बाकी का तो हो ही जाएगा.
बाकी
That's true.
20% स्टूडेंट ये है जो वेबसाइट ढूंढेंगे, इन्फॉर्म रहेंगे, ढूंढेंगे 10 लोग. एंड सर्टेनली दिस जनरेशन इज क्वाइट इन्फॉर्म. उनको बताने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, वही पेरेंट्स को बता रहे. नहीं तो 10 साल, 14 साल, 15 साल पहले की बात है, मेरा बेटा इंजीनियर बनेगा, मेरा बेटा इंजीनियर बन जाता.
Or else you have very different course, you know. Nobody knows about it and it's a rarely available kind of thing. Like we have aeronautical, biotechnology. ये ब्रांचेस में बहुत ही यूनिक लोग आ रहे हैं, वो पैसे ही करके आ रहे हैं, तो वो अलग चीज है. लेकिन जो मासेस में एडमिशन है, कंप्यूटर साइंस 1000 का इनटेक, अभी तो उसके नाम कुछ भी दे दो फिर, तो दैट इज द पॉइंट. सो इतना नेचुरल फ्लो बढ़ गया है, सो पीपल आर नॉट थिंकिंग, बट यू नो एडिंग इट, you know, business point of view, what you are stressing upon, it is also an important aspect.
Sir, just to add one thing, because I have been more, working with Meghe Group with the business development angle throughout. So what sir said, that the intake of computer science, so that has again started a new business model in the market. Now there are companies who are supplying faculties to the universities. It's a fact. Now those faculties are not eligible to be shown on AICT or UGC portals, but they know the subject. And they are paying handsomely to those faculties, and they go in a lot, around 100 faculties to a big university, camping over there, 3 months, course complete, gone. allied business. Okay.
No, that's true. There are a lot of stuff which is happening. So if you look at from an organization point of view, we talked about mission, vision, we talked about students, parents, aspiration. You touched on faculty. You touched on a bit on the technology as well and adoption and all that. What are the 2-3 things which you do mandatorily every night or every evening before you leave for work, or every night before you sleep, in terms of looking at some reports or some MISs which are valuable to you to drive your organization forward? कि भाई आज का ये है, कल क्या है, परसों क्या है, to run your teams in an effective way. Because that will help again the other institutions to understand more about कि आप क्या करते हो जो आपको सक्सेस दे रहा है. If some of it they are not doing, they can adopt it.
So because I work in a very diversified group, so we are into education, all genres of education, we are into banking, we are into ITES, we are into infrastructure, and all 2-3 more kind of businesses. So there are 2 kind of businesses that I was involved in the last 14 years. So one was the training company. So obviously the kind of or the perspective looking at that company was completely different. Recently, I have taken over as director for Center for Distance and Online Education. So the perspectives have completely changed. But then one utmost motive is there, that you need to have product or consumers. What Vesar was talking about. So consumers. So consumer is one big thing that has to be there. Otherwise, there's no use of any infrastructure, any whatever you are doing. All your efforts goes in vain. So that is one thing that I always ensure. So one is acquisition of customers, that is my clients or students, and second thing, their experience. If the feedback will not come good, then they will go away. So one time I can onboard, but not year on a year. And my target is to increase it year on year. So that has always been the target. So the quality of delivery. So every day monitoring what has happened, going to the customers, talking to them personally, how they felt about it, how they think about it, how it's going to help them. If something that is getting irrelevant for them, they think that no, probably this is not fit for me, or probably this will not help me in their future job or education that they are going to pursue, immediately take the feedbacks, develop a new product, pilot it and deliver it. So this is what I have been always doing every day in, day out.
Sir, आपके end से कुछ
For me, it's day to day. If you say at the end of the day, what you see is like, there are people down the line and those who monitor everything, HOD, principal, vice principal, and 10 deans hai abhi to. So they have their own profiles, like R&D guy will say R&D. What I feel is, amongst all deans, I just ask them one thing: what new has happened today? And that's a challenge for them because, replying daily. So what's new? Like 2 new startups are only registered. 2 new ideas reach to the incubation center office. Fine, I am happy with that. So every day I want what new. It can be like 2 professors have taken a leave for 2 months, going to Edinburgh, and fantastic. And 5 teachers of my computer science are visiting some world-class university in US, and fantastic. So like I do is like everything routine will grow of its own pace. Where the spike we can observe, those spikes I am interested into. So 3 बच्चे TEDx में गए, TEDx गए ना, that is to be reported to me, because otherwise I cannot have that report. But I always, and people know, and then even the last person, if they are not even deans, but they know that I am interested in something new. So they will wait for my, for me to get my time. But at 7 o'clock also, 6:30 also, they will wait outside my cabin and say, sir, आज 2 बच्चों ने इंटरनेशनल पेपर पब्लिश किया सर, और ये 2 टीचर्स ने इतना डेवलप किया, ये 2 नए मॉडल्स आए थे, ये रोबोटिक आर्म्स के थ्रू अभी रन हो रहे हैं, और ये इसका मतलब दैट इज समथिंग लाइक द फाइनल एजुकेशनल आउटकम ऑफ टीचर्स एंटायर जॉब एंड अ स्टूडेंट्स लर्निंग प्रोफाइल. इसका आउटकम में कहीं स्पाइक्स है क्या? बस दैट आई एम इंटरेस्टेड. जहां कहीं अच्छा हो गया है, नया हो गया है, इनोवेटिव हो गया है. इनोवेशन इज द बजवर्ड इन एजुकेशन दीज डेज. एवरीथिंग विच हैपेंस इज सो नॉर्मल. 80% बच्चा आ रहा है, एडमिशन ले रहा है, 20% मैनेजमेंट सीट से आ रहा होगा, और कोई कोटा होगा, हो रहा है, जा रहा है, पास हो रहा है, नौकरी लग रही, कुछ को नहीं भी लग रही होंगी. हाउ डज इट मैटर? सिस्टम डजंट चेंज फॉर अस लाइक. बट I feel that what's new every day, and then every time they come up with new, and I have some 3 good ideas to share with them. अब तुमने ये किया है ना, अब अगली बार come with this thing that you have also shifted to something new. So that is like, if you continuously monitor the new things, the innovations and the growth, so that will take this growth plan at a different level and not a natural growth.
it gives a sense of satisfaction as well.
That's it.
So what has been
I handle very different portfolios. But students come down to me. My doors are open to all teaching, non-teaching, principals, deans, everybody. They come down to me with a problem statement that this is the issue. I give them the solution if possible. If not possible, I escalate the issues to my higher authorities. But the thing that gives me happiness is a student when he comes down to me, this is an issue, this is my project, how it's to be done. I have been fortunate enough that at year by year the count of the student is increasing. Last year that was 60 students from IT, electronics and mechanical branch. So they come down to me and they say that this is to be done. I 100% support them. even though if I have to make some financial sacrifices, I do it for the student, but the happiness that the student get eventually वही है इंजीनियरिंग, और कुछ नहीं है सर. यानी हम लोग अगर बच्चों को खुश रख सकते हैं तो ही एक है. सर हैज, यानी आई रियली थिंक दैट द स्टूडेंट्स जिनके पास सर है, इससे अच्छा मेंटर हो नहीं सकता. आई हैव बीन फॉर्चुनेट इनफ, मुझे कंप्यूटर इंजीनियर ही बनना था, मैं कंप्यूटर इंजीनियर ही बना. उसमें भी सर के ग्रुप में हड़प सर है, पाटिल सर है, आप लोगों को नहीं पता होगा, इन लोगों को पता होगा. इंजीनियरिंग के 3 साल मैं सर्वर रूम में ही बैठा हूँ वाईसीसी के. ये लोग पूरा आईटी संभालते हैं, अभी भी संभाल ही रहे हैं. मेजर डिसीजंस उन्हीं के थ्रू जाते हैं पूरे. एंड द वन थिंग जो आपने बोला, आई जस्ट मेक श्योर व्हेनेवर आई एम इन द कैंपस, आजकल तो बहुत कम होता है कि आई एम इन द कैंपस, आई एम एट वेरिंग प्लेसेस, बट आई मेक श्योर इवन नॉन टीचिंग, टीचिंग स्टाफ, उसके चेहरे पे खुशी है या नहीं है. आपको पूरे ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में, मेरे पास 500-600 से ऊपर का स्टाफ है, आपको कोई नहीं मिलेगा जो मेरे से आगे बात नहीं कर पाएगा. किसी को मेरा डर नहीं लगता है. वो आते हैं, अपने फैमिली प्रॉब्लम्स भी होंगे वो भी डिस्कस करते हैं, राइट फ्रॉम द सिक्योरिटी गार्ड टिल इलेक्ट्रिशियंस, फैकल्टी, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन फैकल्टी, प्रिंसिपल, कोई भी आके मेरे से फ्रीली बात कर सकता है. एंड दिस इज व्हाट गिव्स मी हैप्पीनेस. आई एम रीचेबल, मेरा नंबर सबके पास है. आई हैव ओनली वन फोन नंबर. कोई भी मुझे फोन करता है, मैं उसका सोल्यूशन देने की कोशिश करता हूँ. व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप से हम लोगों के कोई भी बात करता है. देयर आर सम अदर ग्रुप्स आल्सो जिसमें मैं हूँ, फ्रीली बातचीत होती है, हंसी मजाक होता है. एंड यूजुअली ये होता नहीं है, बट आई थिंक कि गिविंग दैट एक्स्ट्रा बिट ऑफ वर्क उनकी खुशी के लिए उनको भी अच्छा लगता है. सो दिस इज द थिंग दैट गिव्स मी हैप्पीनेस एंड दिस इज व्हाट इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल. क्योंकि कैसा है कि एक लाइन होती है जिसमें आप लोग कम्युनिकेट करते हो कि हमें ये प्रॉब्लम्स है, हमें नहीं. एक अलग लाइन अगर हो तो इट बिकम्स मच इजियर फॉर प्रॉब्लम्स टू बी डिटेक्टेड. एंड देन आई एम एट अ मैनेजमेंट लेवल, मैं उनको सॉल्व कर देता हूँ. इफ आई सेंस देयर इज समथिंग व्हिच इज डेविएटिंग फ्रॉम द गोल ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, विजन ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, वो तुरंत पकड़ में आ जाता है. अगर आपके साथ कोई कंफर्टेबल है बात करने में, तो वो आपको तुरंत हिंट दे देगा कि कुछ इशू हो रहा है, कोई इशू कर रहा है. अब पता ही होगा सर, अभी होता ही है. सो आई एम दैट चैनल दैट इज अपार्ट फ्रॉम द फॉर्मल चैनल, इनफॉर्मल चैनल. सो मेरे पास सारे इश्यूज आते हैं, होने से पहले भी और होने के बाद भी, इवन बिफोर दोज आर रिपोर्टेड टू द अथॉरिटीज. So this is what gives me happiness, because I am able to handle at least 20% of the issues before they become a huge issue in the organization.
So I think all 4 of us are in between the drinks, dinner, and I would like to kind of call it a day. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for sharing your views with respect to what you are doing in your education organization. And I am sure everyone would have learned something out of it which will help them to drive their work forward. So once again, thank you so much for coming and
Thank you.
joining us
Thank you
here.
so much.
Thank you so much.